Animal Crossing, one of the biggest Nintendo IPs, and yet for some reason, no one ever talks about Tabutsu no Mori, otherwise known as, in English,
Nailed it.
Animal Crossing, the movie, a Japanese anime movie based off Animal Crossing. It's a weird movie, if I can say the least, but Simon and I are going to talk about it. Simon and I are going to dissect it. I feel weird even dissecting this movie. It's such a weird...
There's not much to dissect, but yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Can I just say off the bat that this is... I want to say this is actually one of the better video game movie adaptations out there. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say it's a great film, but it's a great video game adaptation.
It is.
The film follows, really quickly, the film follows a girl named Ai as she goes to a faraway town named Animal Village. And in Animal Village, she establishes herself working for Tom Nook, getting to know people in the town, becoming best friends with Margie, and Alfonso, and Rosie, and you, who is... I and you are sort of like the original characters for the film. They're the villagers.
Yeah.
But they just go through a lot of these quirky little tiny adventures just for, in the end, something really weird to happen. But we can discuss the ending later. I would like to discuss that a little bit later.
I think you're right that it's a great adaptation because Animal Crossing the games is essentially just like we discussed this before on the podcast, where it's just a game where you just kind of just do whatever you kind of want in a more relaxing, no stakes situation where you're kind of living someone else's life in a very tame way. It's kind of say to this movie, you're just watching someone else's life. It's very tame. It's like the really sad situations and really happy situations aren't crazy. They're just normal, very fluctuating events. And it's nothing insane. It's just like a very mid-tier movie, in my opinion. But that's exactly what Animal Crossing is. It's supposed to be a mid thing. It's not supposed to be anything too exciting.
Yeah, there was nothing really stand out-ish about this movie. There was no world-ending situation. There was nothing, there were no stakes in this movie. There was
Absolutely
nothing.
But
that thing is, there's none in Animal Crossing either.
Nope.
I watched this movie and I'm like, this is a really cute movie. I mean,
It makes sense, yeah.
It makes sense because that's exactly what Animal Crossing was. And for the most part, this movie, I think, really captured the essence of Animal Crossing very well.
Yeah, no, it 100% did. I think what it really did well with is using the characters from the games. I know you don't know much about the characters, but the characters in the games have personalities, obviously.
No.
And the movie did a really good job of not manipulating. Sorry, the movie did a good job of really putting a light on those personalities.
I know this is gonna be wild. This what I'm gonna say right now, but I compare this movie to Roma.
What the dude? Where did that come from?
Okay, but hear me out. Roma wasn't really anything high stakes, right? It was just a slice of life film, just about a woman doing her thing, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this is exactly like that, but that's I mean, it's not. But that's sort of what this is also. There's nothing really crazy happening. There's nothing. It's just a slice of life. You're just following Ai as she just goes through life in her new village, in the new Animal Village. She's just going through life in Animal Village, and
they tried to make it more complicated though by making her find her purpose in life. If you want to really get philosophical. But they really try to make it so that she tries to find what she wants to do with her life. Because she becomes friends with Margie, and Margie's a big designer, and she sees KK Slider's music, and KK Slider's music is his passion. So she wonders, what's my passion?
Yeah. It gets sort of to a weird point where it feels like Margie's kind of forcing her to find, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I felt like she was kind of a bit...
pushy.
Yeah, kind of in her face about it, especially with that metaphor. She kept talking about how like
cherry pie.
It's a cherry pie, which that metaphor doesn't make any sense. She's like, my passion and talents are like a cherry pie. Like if I don't use my talents, they'll go away forever. Which tells me that you think if you don't eat a cherry pie, it will go away forever. Can't you say that logically about a lot of things?
What I find hilarious is that Rosie, Rosie
Uh-huh.
just kept on constantly mentioning it. Like whenever I was like, I need to find my own cherry pie in life, Rosie would be like, "Yo, what's up with this girl and cherry pie? Like, why is she so addicted to this?"
I remember at one point she was like, "Oh, I gotta eat some cherry pie," and she was just like, "Again, more cherry pie, fam,
Stop it! You need to stop. You need to stop.
get some help."
So this movie came out a year after Wild World came out for the Nintendo DS, and this kind of
Okay.
has pretty much the entire main cast of Animal Crossing up to that point. So there's no Isabelle. Isabelle's not in this.
Yeah, it's
But
really sad.
yeah, really sad because I think she would have done really well in this movie.
Oh, I imagine.
But every other character up to this point is in it.
Mhm.
So as I mentioned before in the podcast that I've never really played Animal Crossing like that. I played New Leaf for a considerable amount of time, like not too much, but I put in a couple hours in it. But
Mhm.
KK Slider in this movie only has one scene. Is that sort of faithful to the games? Is
No,
KK
I think
Slider?
it's right. I think it's right. Because KK Slider is not like someone you like interact with more than just listening to his music. So it doesn't
Okay.
make sense for like. It would be weird if he became part of the main trio, is what I'm getting at. That'd be really strange.
Right. So was it weird the characters that they chose to be part of the main trio, which was Alfonso, Margie, and Rosie?
If it were up to the fan base, I think a lot of people would make Tom Nook more of a relevant role
Yeah.
than someone like Rosie or Margie. And especially I can see Rosie like kind of maybe being someone like, oh yeah, like that works because you kind of see Bob the cat or Rosie like a lot in the games. But Margie, I feel like is just kind of like, whoa,
Weird.
why is
It's
Margie like one of the main people?
Yeah, right. I kind of got that vibe where I thought that, when they introduced Margie, I didn't expect her to have a big role.
Same. I was like, oh, this is really strange. I thought Apollo was gonna have more of a role. I was surprised they just kind of they sprinkled in Whitney and Apollo moments, but that's it. Just like, all
Yeah,
right. Anyway, back to Margie.
Yeah, were they? So the movie hints that Apollo and Whitney had a relationship in the past,
Uh huh.
or that they were in love at one point. And also, I found it really odd that they kept on mentioning how hot Whitney is in the movie.
Yeah. Right.
They
Like, oh
were,
my gosh, she's such a woman.
yeah, like, oh god, that's like the definition of female. It was really weird. It was weird. It got to a weird point at one point in the movie where it was like, I don't know what it is. I don't see how. But
I know her personality is snooty in the games. Like she's really much like lover of makeup and like gossip and stuff like that. But I don't think the game has ever been like, oh my god, that's the epitome of a woman. It's never been like that.
right. What I thought was cool in the beginning is that in the beginning, like maybe 20 minutes of the movie, kind of goes through each of these Animal Crossing characters. Sort of
Yeah, I love
maybe
that
like
a lot.
yeah, like each Animal Crossing character got like a good 2-minute highlight, I want to say, where they
Mhm.
sort of introduce themselves and they sort of introduce like I guess their problem, right? So
Mhm.
when she goes to, remind me of the characters from the museum. Remind me the owl.
Oh, Blathers?
Blathers. Right, so Blathers says, oh my god, I'm missing this one specific fossil.
Mhm.
And then other characters sort of mention their issues. And I like
Yeah.
how throughout the movie, some of these issues for these Animal Crossing characters sort of naturally get resolved.
Yeah.
But then some issues just never do. And it's weird. It's weird. Like we end the movie never we specifically we see find the fossil that Blathers needs,
Mhm.
and yet never tells Blathers about it.
Well, the credits kind of hint at it, but no, it didn't happen in the main movie. No, but in the credits, you do see Blathers find the fossil.
Oh, okay. So never mind. I didn't watch the credits. As soon as the movie ended, I dipped.
You're out.
I didn't want to do it anymore. I couldn't.
No, but I feel like that's right to Animal Crossing's nature though, because Animal Crossing, you know all these villagers and what they're facing, but you don't have to interact with everybody or do everything. So I guess the movie kind of reflects that well, where it's like, oh, only certain things were mentioned or resolved. Like for example, Weatherfaces, Sable and Mabel never were used at all in the movie. They're the two hedgehogs, in case you're lost.
Yep.
Yeah, never used in the movie. And in the games you can spend a lot of time with them in their shop, but they're never used in the movies because in the game you have the option to. So I think the movie kind of does a good job of like, these are all the characters, but we don't have to go through all of it.
Yeah, it just kind of, I think the movie did a really good job of just introducing all these characters and just sort of making it feel like this village is just alive with all these characters.
Definitely.
Like Mr. Rossetti was in the movie, and Mr. Rossetti didn't really do much, but he shows up a lot, and his
personality was very real too.
Exactly.
For the actual games.
Yeah, I know that. I know 100% that like that was definitely Mr. Rossetti.
Yeah.
And I know, like, Tortimer was so funny to me. How he got so depressed.
Yo, he felt like Michael Scott.
Honestly, he kind of did. So Tortimer in this movie would get really depressed because he wants to run for mayor again, but no one. It's not that no one doesn't want him to be mayor. It's just that no one straight up gives a flying.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, no
they forget the
cares.
election even happens. They're like, "Did you vote? I didn't vote. Did you?" Like, I didn't even know we were voting.
And then he only wins because he voted for himself. So that's so funny. It's so funny to me.
Oh,
but then one of the issues with this movie to me is that there are just certain moments where they would. So like I mentioned before, I like the fact that they brought up all these Animal Crossing characters, but it sort of becomes to a fault where they would show Animal Crossing characters for just one quick scene, and it's weird. Remember when Tortimer met that bear character?
Yeah. I didn't even know the name of that character, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but he was just there. And then they had a quick scene. And the thing is, that scene didn't do anything for the plot. You know that they just did that just for, I don't know, fan service, I guess.
But at the same time, like, I feel like, fans love that shit. Where they're like, oh, yeah, sweet. Like, they made a reference to that, like...
I guess, like, but I think fan service always works best when it makes sense. That scene made no sense.
Well, I feel like if we watched a Legend of Zelda movie, for example, and Tingle had a really brief cameo, we'd be like, oh man, I love that scene.
That's true, but the thing is, that was so not relevant at all to the story of the movie. It just featured Tortimer, who is not a main character, just walking, doing his thing. Then he runs into a bear who doesn't talk. And then nothing happens.
Yeah, no, I get you. I don't know. I feel like some fans would appreciate it.
That I know. It's fan service at the end of the day. But fan service needs to have, some service to the plot, I guess. Otherwise, I don't know. Sort of weird. And that other character, the walrus. That was
what's his face? Wendell?
Yeah.
Wendell?
That was weird, man. That was so. Wendell was just.
But
in the movie.
Feel like that.
He was homeless.
I feel like that scene they were trying to do something, and I feel like what they were trying to do was either make it so that she realizes that sadness can sometimes be self-treated, and you can like kind of combat it, and you don't have to stay sad forever, or she realized that maybe her cherry pie was helping others. I think it was either those two, but even still, the scene was directed poorly, and the dude just straight up dipped out of the window. Yeah.
So just to give a quick summary of what happened, I walks through the beach, finds Wendell. Wendell is homeless and hungry. She brings Wendell into her house, feeds him rice cakes. He tells her that depression can be cured with hunger, with feeding yourself. And then she has an epiphany where she's like, oh my God, why am I depressed? I could just eat. And then he dips. He just leaves. Never comes back in the movie. Weird. Such a weird scene.
I feel like the key moment was when she was like, I like looking at you be happy while you're eating. You seem really happy. I think that was a very key moment. But once again, still strange regardless.
Yeah, I'll agree that was a better scene than the Tortimer and Bear scene.
Yes, okay, that we can agree that scene is probably the most like this doesn't need to be a thing scene.
Yeah, 100%. The thing that I always found cute was Hopper when he was fishing. And I don't think Foster. So Hopper, there would be constant cuts in the movie where they would just show Hopper trying to fish for a fish, and he never does.
He
never gets a fish.
He fucking pulls Stonehenge.
Yeah. he pulled out a tiki, like a tiki head or something, and he's just like I think he just said, I'm done. I'm done. I give up.
Yeah, see, I think that's how you do a cameo, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
good point. That's how you do the cameo, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was really funny.
So how do you I have my two biggest things in the movie are the relationship between I and Margie, because that was like a huge thing for
Yeah,
some reason.
yeah, it was
They really took a lot of time on that one.
to the point where it was weird. It got weird.
I kind of thought that they were gay at one point.
Oh, honestly, because of the time period, I know that they wouldn't have done anything homosexual in the movie.
Uh-huh.
But if the movie came out today, oh yeah, they're gay.
Everyone be like, "Yo, ship them."
Yep. What's your other gripe with the movie? Because I think I know what we're gonna go at.
This one's not so much a gripe. I think I want your opinion on this. So the ending of the movie gets a little strange because there's aliens and UFOs.
Okay, can I just real quick say what happened at the end of the movie?
Sure, please recap it.
So I sort of finds her cherry pie in life, right? Through messages in a bottle, where she deduces that these messages in a bottle are coming from a UFO. And what was really cool was that they sort of tied it into the games where it was Gulliver, right? And I know Gulliver in the game sort of comes out as like a UFO here and there. And I thought that was a really cool tie-in, especially when he says that he needs to find 5 pieces for his ship. And I know that's from the games. Gulliver comes down, says, hey, I need 5 pieces, and the entire village starts looking for it. And this entire point, really is out here thinking that this is her, I don't know, like this is the reason why she exists, which is kind of sad. But she really thinks that she was out here in Animal Village to help this UFO calm down. And ends up being Gulliver. And she's like kind of disappointed that it's Gulliver, because it's like, wow, well, really?
She doesn't know it's Gulliver, does it? She thinks that the other alien was the one that made the messages.
Well, at this point, we don't even know that there's another alien.
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, you're saying at the moment. Okay, at the moment, gotcha.
Yeah, at the moment, we don't know. As a audience, as a movie watcher, all we know at this moment in time was that I tried to help whoever is sending her messages in a bottle, and ends up being Gulliver, who is just a random person who is not actually an alien, even though I was really hoping it was an alien. She does her thing with Margie and Alfonso, Rosie, and you. Comes back with a missing piece of Gulliver's, just to find out that the missing piece of Gulliver that she has is not actually a missing piece, but in fact an actual alien. And then UFOs actually come, and she has a weird ET moment with the alien. And then they form a constellation of I's face in the sky.
We're not making this up.
I don't know.
See, okay, now listen to this though. I feel like that scene is strange, yes, but I feel like it was a giant reference. Do you know who Wishy is?
No.
Okay, Wishy is a unseen character in the Animal Crossing series. He is known as a character that causes the shooting stars, and when you wish upon a shooting star, Wishy sends you a letter, and then you read the letters in the bottle. Wishy in Wild World sent 3 letters, if I'm remembering that correctly. I think he sent 3 letters, but I receives 4 letters. And the thing is, when Wishy sends a letter, he doesn't wish he doesn't send you a letter with any instructions. It's usually just like random stuff like I heard you made a wish, stuff like that. So I think 3 of the 4 letters was Wishy, and 1 was Gulliver. The one by Gulliver was the one to plant the trees. So then when the other alien shows up and starts having that weird moment with I think that's Wishy. I think that's supposed to be the only time in the Animal Crossing cinematic universe that we've ever seen Wishy. I think that was supposed to be him. and that was a huge reference to his character, and then he just left. So I think if it's not that, then I can't even explain the ending. But if it is, I think it's a big like wink wink at like, hey, fans, remember Wishy? Like, you know, if you played the games. I think that's what it was.
Okay. I see the connection, and if that is the case, I guess there is some merit to this ending.
Mm-hmm.
But you still know that ending was so out of nowhere.
It is weird because, once again, Wishy is a character we've never seen in the games. And because of that, we've never seen UFOs come to Animal Crossing and do a weird, like, embracing ritual with the main character.
A weird Independence Day moment.
Honestly. So that is weird. But still, I have to give credit where credit is due. They tried making that reference, which I really like.
Okay. That's fine. That's cool. But that conflicted so much with the tone of the movie, where literally the beginning of the movie is a new girl to town. She's doing her thing, doing jobs, making friends in this really cutesy village with animals.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're out here with actual alien UFOs pulling up an army of UFOs pulls up. You saw how many UFOs there were? There was a lot of UFOs.
Yeah, I saw it. It was like the ending of Star Wars, bro.
And then a gear. It was a piece of a gear. Like, there was absolutely no way this could have been an alien, but then this gear turns into an alien.
Yep.
And transports her. He transported her to like a world of clouds. Dude, I can't. That was weird. That was such a
That's
weird
Wishy,
scene.
bro.
You know what? If that's Wishy, then I don't like Wishy. I don't like Wishy.
A real fan of the Animal Crossing universe would know that was Wishy. And you remember there was a mystery gift event in 2008 where you can get the UFO event. There's gonna be a fan who's gonna correct us in the comments of this shit.
Oh my god.
I still do like that they tried doing that. But besides the point, it is a weird ending. And I feel like it's a really abrupt ending. When Gulliver's in his ship and Gulliver's like, damn, like, I really wish, my plan worked. And then it cuts to I saying, Mom, I think I had the best year or whatever in Animal Village, whatever she said.
Well, she said that she finally feels that she's part of Animal Village. Like, she finally found
That's
her
what it was,
people
yeah.
and stuff.
That's her last line, and then the movie just ends. It's the most abrupt ending.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, okay. Oh, I thought it was going to be like the next day or something. But no, it's like, yeah, that's it. Time out. A UFO's gone. It's all over. Bye. Hope you enjoy the movie.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. I want to give this movie like such a high like ranking or such a high rating because at the end of the day, it was a faithful, super faithful adaptation that we don't see out of other video game movies. Like, even compared to, I don't know, some of the better video game movies that we've had recently, like Angry Birds and like Sonic the Hedgehog and Detective Pikachu, this is a much more faithful adaptation. And yet, that ending really ruined everything.
I don't think the ending ruined it for me because I still like that little Wishy reference. If it was a Wishy reference, I still think the ending is not the worst, but it's not the best. Like it's just like it's like if there was a Super Mario movie, and at the very last second, I don't know, Nabbit made an appearance and had dinner with Mario. And then Nabbit left, and Mario was like, "All right, thank you for watching my movie." And then the movie ends.
No, literally, the equivalent of this would be like towards the end of a movie after Mario beats Bowser, he goes home, starts, washing his hands after a long day. Then the water speaks to him, says, "Hey, it's Flood. What's up?"
What the fuck?
And then Mario is like, "Oh my god. My purpose in life." and then that's it. The movie cuts. I don't know what to say to this.
I think I found my place in the Mushroom Kingdom.
You need to look at my sink because I think Professor Egad was all up in that and transformed my sink into Flood. Remember Flood? And Luigi's gonna say, "Who the hell is Flood?" And Mario's gonna be like, "Oh snap! Yeah, I forgot he wasn't in this movie, but now he is." And we're
Wait,
gonna
no,
end.
no, what the?
And
No,
we're
oh
gonna.
shit, I forgot he wasn't in the movie. Let me quickly just brush by that fact.
What a weird sequence. It's just a weird sequence. It's such a
Also,
weird.
do you think I likes you at the ending?
No, I think
She
she
was
likes Margie.
eyeballing him pretty hard.
I think she likes Margie.
Well, okay, her and Margie definitely like, but like I think I definitely was like eyeballing him hard. He was like, "Why are you looking at?" It's like, it's the first time I seen your face, and you kind of fine. Like,
Yeah, can I ask you something?
what?
How old is I and you?
Probably like 12.
So you're telling me that I just moved into a house? She bought a house.
Are you really gonna question the logistics of Animal Crossing? Because
The
that
thing
happens
is,
in every game.
no, the thing is, I think they're old. It just so happens that
No.
the style of artwork in Animal Crossing just makes them look young.
Dude, Japan never believes in old protagonists, and you know this. Cloud is fucking like 17, I think.
That's true, but Cloud is not the head of a household on his taxes.
Yo,
Com-
we are not doing this right now.
Compared to I, who I truly do think.
You think Cloud is dependent?
Do you think? Yeah. Do you think I has herself as a dependent? How much taxes
I
does she
hate
pay?
answering this question. Okay, I think she's 12, but I still don't think she's dependent. I think in this universe, 12-year-olds can file independently.
That's OD, bro. That's
Yo, that's
wild.
Japan though, bro.
This is not Japan. This is Animal Village.
Dude, this is somewhere in Japan. Let's be honest.
Animal Village is somewhere in Japan.
It definitely is somewhere in Japan. I think this is canon.
I will say this though. I want to live in Animal Village. I can't lie.
You want to live in Animal Village?
Oh, it's so cute. It's such a cute
See,
place.
now you know what it's like, man. Playing the games and playing the games, you're like, damn, life would be good if it was this simple.
And that's one of the last things I want to say. I really do like that you was sort of living out what you do in Animal Crossing games.
Ah, yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, yeah.
Like
He was the
everything he
big
did.
like this is what players do when they want to collect and customize their outfits.
Yeah, exactly. So I peeped that, and I'm like, this is cool. That's cool. I like how it didn't become the main character's thing because then it would have became kind of weird because there's
Yeah.
no plot. But I like
Mhm.
that it still was referenced in the movie, some way, shape, or form. It was cool.
Yeah. So what's your overall rating then for the movie?
So I don't know, man. I don't know. You tell me. You whatever you think.
As an adaptation, 9 out of 10.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As a yo, you ever heard of this movie Animal Crossing? I never heard of it. Have you? I don't even know what this franchise is. Let's watch it together. Probably the strongest imaginable 5 I can muster out of my body.
You wanna
Like the epitome of a 5.
so you wanna meet in the middle and give it a 7?
Wait, what? Oh, for the over? Nah. They need to be separate ratings. I think you can't combine them.
I would give this movie a 7.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I
7?
don't think because I mean to me a 5. Once I go below a 6, that means to me that I don't like the movie. I sort of give it like I sort of think of it
No,
like
I
sort of
like a
like
5.
how I sort of look at it sort of like how you would look at it as like a test where
Mhm.
once you get a 50, you failed. Like that's it.
You see like a passing grade.
Yeah, so that's like just barely passed. Like I would have given it higher if it wasn't for that ending. That ending threw me off.
No, yeah, I get you.
I
The
can
ending
really
was weird, but I still am holding on to the wishy thing.
yeah. I can see this though really being a fan favorite. Like for the diehards of the games, they really look at this movie like, yeah, we got this. This is our movie.
This is our
Compared to
shit.
no, but compared to God, what? I can't even think of another comparison. I don't know. Silent Hill. Do they claim their movies? Does the fan base claim that?
You want a really good example? Resident Evil. Do they claim their movies? I know they don't.
Does Doom claim that movie? I don't know. Street
But Animal
Fighter?
Crossing,
Do you,
I feel like Animal Crossing fans either don't know it or if they do, they're like, oh, it's a fantastic movie.
yeah. I don't think people fans of Animal Crossing are ever gonna be like, yeah. What Animal Crossing movie? What? No,
No,
I
yeah.
think
I think in that regard, this movie was well done. Then.
yeah. This isn't a Dragon Ball Evolution situation. My
All right,
favorite
man.
movie.
Yeah, we're not even joking about that. Please never say that again.